up, it's Anoidvern, and today we are going to be going over the brand new exclusive Pokemon for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Now, these may contain some spoilers, but I will give you plenty of time to get prepared for that if you don't want anything ruining from the game and stuff like that with the new Pokemon involved. Also, I will be doing a full team breakdown of what my intended team is for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but with that being said, I can't really show off any of the new Pokemon yet, so that will be coming out day one of the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, as well as the live stream I will be doing over on Twitch, which will be on day one till, I don't know when we finish it, because let's face it, I'm not going to be able to put these games down. But, with that being said, let's jump into the exclusives. So, we are here on the Macchio and J. Rose's website, where they have done an absolutely amazing job at breaking down everything we know so far, including from leaks and various different gameplay stuff. Also, I got rid of my face cam, simply because I wanted you to see everything on screen more accurately and better. So, to start it off, we have the lines that are expected within each game. We always know within Scarlet and Violet, various different Pokemon games that they release two versions of, there will always be exclusives, which is just an incentive for us to buy more games, and we always fall for it because I'm going to buy them both. But with this, normally we have polar opposite. So to start it off, on the Scarlet version, we have the Larvitar line of Larvitar, Pupitar, and Tyranitar. Also, if you want to check out this website, they do, when you click on them, have proper breakdowns of the Pokemon, their abilities, and stuff like that. But I won't be doing that for this video, simply because if you want to check it out yourselves, there you go. But I kind of don't want to be spoiled on the new Pokemon's abilities and stuff like that. I know what they look like. I'm okay with knowing their names, their types, and stuff like that. But the rest of it, I kind of want to find out for myself. So, we have the Larvitar line, as I mentioned, with the Pupitar and Tyranitar. But for Violet, we have the Bagon or Bagon line, which is Bagon, Shelgon, and Salamence. So, they're going to be sort of your pseudo-legendaries for each game based on Scarlet and Violet, respectively. But also, we have, like, the counteractive ghost types for this one. So, for Scarlet, we have Drifloon and Drifblim. And also, for Violet, we have the Misdreavus and Miss Magius. I don't know why they're not next to each other. That just makes zero sense. But never mind. Okay, so for this next set, we obviously have the generic poison types. But quite interestingly, they haven't done Krogunk and Toxicroak. Instead, they've swapped it out for Violet. And they've done Gulpin and Swalot exclusives for Violet. And then what normally would be the Krogunk counterpart is the Stunky and Stuntank line for Pokemon Violet. So if we're going to scroll down a little bit, we also have another set of... Okay, Scarlet gets two sets of pseudo-legendaries. Okay, fair enough. So for the Scarlet, we also have the Dino line, Violus and Hydreigon. So yeah, that's interesting. The fact that we don't get any extras... Oh, wait, no. I jumped the gun. There it is. So I guess for that respective point, just so I'm not going to scroll down in case there's any spoilers yet, we do have the Dreepy line of Dreepy, Dracloak, and Dragapult. So yeah, we're going to get them for Scarlet, and obviously we get the Hydreigon line for Violet. Next up, we have the Skrelp line for Violet. So we have Skrelp and Dragalge, or Dragalge. I vary on how I say it. But we're going to have these two for the Violet. Personally, I really like Dragalge, but I think for my first playthrough, I have pre-ordered the Violet games. So I'm going to be having Clauncher and Clawitzer. I mean, I'm fine with them both. I mean, they're both, like, good lines of Pokemon, but for me, appearance-wise, I just like Dragalge. It's just cool. But I'm going to be getting Violet eventually anyway, so I'm going to be having them all and that kind of stuff. Also, for exclusives in Violet, because I don't want to scroll down yet in case it's spoilers, and I don't want to have to, like, edit it out if I'm halfway through a conversation. So what we have right now is we have the Passimium line and the Ice-Q line for Violet. So I can only assume that for Scarlet, we're going to get Oranguru and probably Stonjourner, because they seem to be, like, the exclusives that we've had from other games in Sun and Moon and from Sword and Shield. So I don't know. But I'm going to scroll down and let you know in a second, just in case I spoil anything. I don't want to spoil. I want to give you plenty of time. Okay, yeah, I have scrolled down, and it is confirmed for Violet. We do, in fact, get Oranguru and Stonjourner, as I mentioned. So, yeah, it's basically just the generic counterparts. But this is going to be the part where we get into potential spoiler territory, because we have seen, from the most recent trailer of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the new forms of Paradox Pokemon, which we saw Paradox Donphan, we saw past and future Donphan, but I don't want to spoil that for you guys. So I'm going to give you a solid, I don't know, a couple of seconds in your time. But this is it. Spoiler warning. The waste time is just, I don't know, open a pack of cards or something. This is your spoiler warning. It's Silver Tempest. I can't record like this because it's trash. I have to do it like here because of the lighting. But yeah, I guess I'll just show for pulling anything good. But this is your warning. If you don't want to be spoiled at all with any... why has it got a barcode thing on it? Oh, fuck it. Yeah, if you don't want to be spoiled for anything at all in regards to Scarlet and Violet exclusive Pokemon, then we are going to go forward from here with Pokemon that may not have been officially announced yet. I don't know if that code means anything to anyone, but there you go. You can have that. If you can read it, I'll be impressed. There you go. Boom. This webcam is crap! Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 spoilers to the front, because we're going to have more than one spoiler. So we're going to go Steel Energy. We're going to go Stone Jana, which is the Scarlet exclusive. Boop. I can't even see what that Pokemon is. My webcam is trash. Theraphorn. Tang. I'm just going to skip through. Fulgus, Sandy Gas, Relicanth. Doop, doop. We didn't get anything good. It was a hollow Reshiram? Rapidash. I think that's enough time for spoilers. If you know it, if you're here, get prepared for spoilers. I desperately need a new webcam. But we are back, so if you're here, be prepared. There may be some spoilers ahead based on more exclusives. So we're going to scroll down and show you what else we've got. So, as I mentioned, there's the rest of the Dracul line. And we're going to scroll down here for everything else we need to know. So, what we have for Pokemon Violet is, as we saw in the main trailer, well, the most recent trailer in that fact, is Iron Treads, which is the metallic kind of Donphan futuristic thing we got, which is officially deemed now as the Steel Ground type, which, I mean, is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to these Paradox Pokemon are going to be so good. We are allowed to show these because they are just fan art, but I'm hoping it doesn't get taken down. If I get a warning, then I guess bye-bye Anoidvern channel. But we do have rumors about potential DLC as well, where we are going to get a future Virizion, which could be interesting. But looking based on, you know, the rest of these designs, they're probably just going to look the same, but covered in metal. I have no problem with it. I'm a Cyberpunk fan, and the game as well. So I love this whole, like, futuristic metallic thing. But we are potentially going to get a future Virizion in DLC, which I have no clue. I mean, the game's not even out yet. If we had any idea about DLC yet, there's something really wrong with the confidentiality of the Pokemon Company. But we have one of my favorite Pokemon getting exclusives for both games, and I cannot be happier. So we have the Paradox future version of Volcarona, which is known as Iron Moth, which is a fire poison type. Which I like the fact that they're not just giving everything a steel type. I'm so happy about that. Because as soon as I sort of saw them, I was like, oh, great. Well, they're just going to be like metal versions of the normal Pokemon. So it's going to be the primary main type. And then we're going to have a steel type or whatever. But no, we are getting unique typings for them as well. Which, I love that so much. But we are getting the Iron Moth Pokemon. Now, don't be confused. This isn't a new form of Volcarona. These are brand new Pokemon. So these have their own dex numbers, as you can see underneath them. They are not like evolutions based on games and stuff like that. These are entirely new Pokemon. So when you play your games, you obviously won't be able to get the other ones. But I like the fact that they're so drastically different in regards to exclusives. So this, we are going to have Volcarona probably, but we will also have Iron Moth and the other one, which we'll get to in a minute. Next up, we have the Hariyama line, which is known as Iron Hands. Now, this is completely different, but I really like this. I don't know why. It's like I'm getting like defibrillator hand vibes. I really like it. I wish I could like zoom in, but I don't want to get massively flagged. I probably will go down a massive breakthrough if you want it. So leave it in the comments below if you want that when the games are out. I'll also be going over what teams I'm going to potentially use and stuff like that for my streams over on Twitch. I know, shameless plug, but we just got to go over that. We've got to promote it somehow. Next up, we have Iron Jugulis, which is the new metallic / robotic kind of Hydreigon line. And I'm going to be honest, this one's a little disappointing for me. They could have done a lot more with it. I mean, like, the drasticness between the Hariyama to this, it's just the same, but with, like, a metallic coat on the top. It's not a massive problem. I still like it. I love Hydreigon. And it does look good. But, I mean, they could have done a little bit more with it. And it has lost the dragon typing. It's now a dark flying type. So that's, I mean, that's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not clicking on them to see any abilities or anything because I kind of want to keep that secret. And I don't know if I'm going to be using any of these in my playthrough because I don't know how quickly you're going to be able to get them. Because if you can get them before your starter, then something, again, is wrong with the game. But if you kind of, like, get them mid-game, then maybe I might use some of these on my team. Especially with the second cool... No, is it the especially with the coolest of the new Violet Paradox Pokemon, the Iron Thorns Pokemon. Oh my god, Future Tyranitar looks fucking awesome. Look at it. It is the exact same but mecha, and I love it. It's Mecha Godzilla. So it is going to be officially a rock and electric type, and I'm so excited. If I get a chance to use this on my team, I will. Also, I've heard rumors about their stats. Every one of these stats, even if they look like they don't evolve, none of them do evolve, none of them have further evolutions or pre-evolutions, but they all have great base stats. Like, I'm talking nearly pseudo-legendary level stats. So, anyone, like, anyway, like, as you can see over here with these sort of baby-looking Pokemon, they are going to be really strong as well. So, there's no need to worry, like, oh, yeah, what if it's going to be weak? I'm not going to use it. They are still going to be really, really good. So, then we're going to go on to the last line of the Violet exclusives with the last two. Oh my god. I'll get onto that in a minute. But we have, for me, the most disappointing of all of the new variants. This is the Iron Bundle, which is the Delibird sort of Paradox Pokemon. I mean, I was a little bit, like, upset with Iron Jugless. But now, this is the worst one. I mean, it doesn't even look like a mech, you know? It's exactly the same, but just rigid. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's a new Pokemon. It could be very good, and it could be a lot better than Delibird. But it loses the flying type as Delibird had, and now it gains the water type, which is pretty interesting. So I'm fine with that. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I might completely change my mind on any of these perspectives as soon as I get hold of the games and actually be like, okay, these are pretty fucking good. The next one is God tier, and it is Iron Valiant, which is the sort of mashup between Gallade, Gardevoir, Mega Gallade, Mega Gardevoir, all rolled into one, and it's a fighting fairy type. Okay, I really like this. I really like this. I have seen the shinies for them all, and all I am going to say is, oh, it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing. Everything, spoiler alert, everything just goes metallic silver. And it's just like, why? But yeah, this thing is so cool. I have seen animation leaked footage from this guy, and it has two little blades on its arm that it slaps together and makes a freaking glaive. It is so nice. I can't get over it. Tyranitar, Iron Thorns and Iron Valiant are just phenomenal Pokemon. But obviously we have the regular ones that we already know about, which if you didn't know, what's wrong with you? But Miraidon is the Violet exclusive legendary box art for obviously Pokemon Scarlet, for obviously Pokemon Violet, and then we also have Ceruledge, which will 100% be on my team because look at it, it's so cool. But with that being said, let's head over to Scarlet because, as I mentioned earlier, we have the Orangu line and the Stone Journal line, but instead of Iron Treads, the confirmed past Paradox Pokemon we have is officially the Donphan Great Tusk. And this is the elephant Pokemon we needed. I love it to bits, and I'm a little salty I'm not getting Scarlet right away, just because of these Paradox Pokemon. Some of these are freaking amazing. But, I mean, I like Violet, I like Ceruledge. You know, I stuck my ground. I liked Violet from the get-go. I prefer Miraidon to Koraidon. But then looking through more gameplay-wise, you know, Koraidon's getting up there in the ranks. I'm going to get them both. I'm going to love them both, but I'm starting off with Violet. And then we have the past form of Amoonguss, which is the Brute Bonnet. Yeah, that's right. It's just grown out its hair a little bit. It's fine. We had this sort of leaked. It has a bit of a chompier mouth than the one it's got there. But again, as I mentioned, this is sort of fan art. So, you know, base your opinions on it roughly, because it will change obviously based on the in-game sprites and stuff like that. So what we have is a grass and dark type, which I don't know how it's going to be, but I know the stats are going to be absolutely god tier anyway, because the stats of the other Pokemon, they're going to be nearly pseudos. That's all I'm saying. But as I mentioned for the DLC earlier with the future Virizion, we are apparently getting a past Suicune as well. And there's been fan art of this, which hasn't been confirmed or anything, but the people's drawing, it's like a mixture of, it looks like Suicune, an Entei, and Raikou all together, and it looks freaking awesome. But it's not confirmed or anything, nor is it leaked, so I guess it's just all speculation. But we have, possibly in my opinion, the weirdest new one. We have the Sandy Shocks, which is the past version of a Magneton. And yeah, it walks. It walks on 2 giant magnets. I love the iron filings that go around the magnet. That's great. But this thing is going to be an electric ground type. So it's going to be pretty strong, you know? So it's going to have a lot of counteractive stuff. And I think this could genuinely be a really good Pokemon. It looks a little bit funky, but I kind of appreciate that. I mean, I much prefer it to Magneton. But, you know, it's a little bit weird. But then we have the next one, which is the Jigglypuff past form with the absolute massive hairstyle. That is the Scream Tail, which is Fairy and Psychic type. And this thing looks cool. We had leaked pictures of like a little vampire version of Jigglypuff, and this is what that is. So there we go. We have Scream Tail, as well as the most disappointing past / future ever, Fluttermane. I mean, especially from this art, it looks no different. All it does is it gets 2 longer bits that go, woo, yeah, Fairy type, woohoo. But Ghost Fairy's pretty cool. I guess it's like a pseudo Mimikyu. I mean, it's alright. I mean, I just hope it's got really good abilities. Like I said, I haven't checked out any of the abilities, hidden abilities and stuff like that. Nor do I know any of their, like, individual stats. So it'll be interesting, you know? It could be really god tier, and I could be eating my words. But here we have the single greatest past or future form, in my opinion, the Slitherwing. Oh my god, this is the past version of Volcarona, and this is amazing. I can't get over it. As soon as I saw it, that was the moment I went, god damn it, I have to buy Violet too. God damn it, I have to buy Scarlet too. And it's so good. It's so subtly different, but it's so drastically different at the same time. It loses the ability to use its wings, and it is officially a bug and fighting type, and easily takes the cake. But I think second place for me is the next one up, which is the Roaring Moon. That is Salamance's past form. It is so good. It is a Dragon Dark type, so it saw Iron Juggler over here and just went, yoink, I'm having your type. So it is going to be pretty much the new Hydreigon, but this thing looks badass. It's like got the same wing curvature as Mega Salamence, but it doesn't have the tucked in little arms. It looks so good. It is easily the second best past form in my opinion. And it's so much better than anything on the Scarlet, the Violet side. It's so good. I love it so much. But obviously we have the original that we know about, which is Koraidon and Armarouge for Violet. Yes, so we have there everything you need to know about the brand new exclusive Pokemon for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. So remember, if you did enjoy, to drop a sub so you never miss an upload. We are going to be, as I mentioned multiple times, we are going to be streaming this day one over on the Anoidvern Twitch channel. So if you want to join in with us, come over and say hello and watch me fail a Pokemon and get annihilated by, you know, teams that I build that are absolutely trash. But with that being said, drop a sub if you enjoy. Remember to like it if you enjoyed it. And also, if you want to give me your opinion on what you think the best past or future Pokemon is, put spoiler in front of it so you don't ruin it for anyone else that could see it that wants to say spoiler free. But let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I've been Anoidvern. Bye-bye!